Hey, welcome back, my friends. Welcome back. Scotty the Trucker coming to you from fairly close to home. I'm going to turn the camera around in a second, but where I am, I'm at a rest stop that is immediately across the big, long, giant, 17-mile Bay Bridge tunnel. I'm actually going to be hitting that in the morning. I've headed down from Newark, New Jersey. I'll probably put another video out regarding this past week. Has been just nuts. Newark was a mess. Chicago before that was a mess. But anyway, let me turn this around. Thought I'd give you a little bit of a tour. I know it's been a while since. That's the toll booth. Now, right on the other side of the Long Bay Bridge is Virginia Beach, which is kind of my hometown. I grew up in Virginia Beach. I was born in Norfolk and lived in Virginia Beach until I was 11, and went back to Virginia Beach for college, Virginia Wesleyan College. So you could say I have lived most of my life, or a lot of it, maybe not most at this point, in Virginia Beach, or very close to here. Now, we've been on vacation here on the Virginia Eastern Shore a couple times. Not really a whole lot to do here, to be honest. At least Cape Charles is pretty close. I remember taking our girls when they were little to the beach. Real nice little beach there. But anyway, little rest area. The main part of it's closed. Bathrooms are open. You got the vending machines. But let me show you this. Trying to find a parking space was hell. This thing is enormous, and there's only, I think, 2 of us here. But in the summertime, this place is a madhouse. We've stopped at this rest area before in the summertime, and this place is packed. So another kind of interesting thing. There's not much to see. I just went over there to check it out, but you see a little gateway. There's it's a wildlife refuge on the other side of that. It looked like, I read the sign on it, said about 500 yards. And there's a little visitor center down there, a little nature trail with some signs and stuff. But anyway, that's where I'm at. Kind of sucks that I'll be basically tiptoeing past my house. Now, where I live now is probably about an hour and a half away from here. Something like that. There she is, brass tacks. A little cleaner than usual with all the salt and crap on the roads. Usually it looks like a powdered donut. So anyway, this may be it. I'm going to call it here. I don't know, I might add to it, I might not. We'll see. Alright guys, hope you're well. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Hey, welcome back. That was nowhere near long enough for a Scotty video. It's got to at least be 20 minutes long, if not longer. So just thought I'd babble. I don't really have a plan for this other than kind of bring you up to speed. One of my subscribers sent me a message, saying that they think I put out more videos during TNT, and that I'm probably still in the bathroom. Now that saga is done, thank God. But anyway, shamed me into putting something out. It's just been very hectic pace last week and a half to 2 weeks. Nothing terrible happened, but it was a lot of tense days, a lot of stressful days, uncharacteristically stressful, I should say. Most of this has become pretty easy. These runs from, up and down I-80 and going to Colorado and Texas and places like that. It's gotten pretty simple. The one thing that's still difficult, and I'm not sure it ever would get easy, and I've had 3 episodes of this week. Those of you, well, everybody drives, so I don't know how much you've paid attention to how cities are organized, at least interstate wise. You got talk about major cities. You got of course, your center city, which is the high, skyscrapers and stuff like that. We don't deliver there. At least I haven't seen any Thank God I haven't had anything in the skyscraper area. But then there's like a concentric ring, you know, and I'm not talking perfect circle, I'm just talking in general, just how things are laid out. Then you got your kind of inner city, your boroughs, your inner city neighborhoods and commercial districts and stuff like that, usually inside a beltway that goes around all or part of the city. Now, you know, our deliveries typically, I could say most of the time, almost all the time that I've, in my experience, the industrial parks and places that we go are somewhere on that outer beltway, if not more rural than that, you know, beyond the suburbs. So, you know, even if our delivery says, you know, we're heading to wherever, Laredo or places like that, you know, any whatever big city, usually it's going to be on the outskirts where it's not, you know, super crazy. But once in a while, you get a place that's in that ring outside the you know, the skyscraper downtown area, you know, and I hit 3 of them this week. Chicago. I have no problem driving through, around, near Chicago. You know, I've done it many times. It's probably the city I've driven through the most. But the deliveries that are inside that kind of beltway thing of Chicago's, oh man, I've had 3 of them in this, you know, like the South Side Chicago borough commercial district type area, where it's just tight grid, you know, grid streets, not built for trucks, you know, the kind where every time you turn, you got to wait, you know, every time you do a right turn, you got to wait for somebody to get out of your way because you need so much space to make it without hitting the pole on the corner, you know. The 3 times I've been to Chicago, this inner city area, it's been a mess. Nothing bad has happened other than it was just craziness, stress, nail biter type stuff, you know. I just hate being in that area with a big semi. And this one was no different. It was just chaos going in. It was, you know, stop and go traffic going in, stop and go traffic going out. And in the middle, of course, also my GPSs gave up on me because they get confused. You've got all the street level streets that have probably been there since the late 1600s, probably, when the city was mapped out. Just guessing, I don't know. And then you've got overpasses going over those things. And my GPS was both kind of, I don't know, did like a 2-dimensional thing where they were telling me to turn when I'm on an overpass with a concrete barrier to my left. It was reading the streets underneath, you know. So having both your GPSs crap out on you in the middle of, not necessarily downtown, but pretty darn close. No fun. And then the last 2, I had a delivery from Illinois to Newark. Newark is roughly the same thing, at least parts of it. Not quite as bad, I guess, as Chicago. No. I'll take that back. It was worse. It wouldn't have been as bad. The roads were a little more navigational. I don't know if that's the right tense or whatever. But the problem was they were lined on both sides with parked trucks, and just the narrowest of just enough room down the middle. And these are 2-lane highways. I mean, 2-lane roads, you know, but still maybe wide for 2 lanes. But with all the trucks there, it was a nightmare trying to navigate down there. But anyway, got through it. That was over, and then I parked. I hadn't gotten my next load, so I parked. I left the Newark, this industrial area, went to a nearby rest area just to wait for my load. I wasn't going to stay there the night. Got my load, and of course it's head right back into Newark tomorrow morning, which was this morning. Anheuser-Busch load, which is what I'm on now. But I looked at this one, and it was actually not bad. This one was right off the interstate, and it's an Anheuser-Busch. It was an enormous, you know, factory. And I've got a lot. I haven't been to this one, but I'm so used to the one in Williamsburg right near my house for anytime I'm coming and going from home time. A lot of times I'm there. They're very organized. They do make you jump through a few extra hoops as far as You have to weigh on the way in, weigh bobtail, and weigh on the way out. It's kind of a pain in the neck, but they do have a pretty good system, so that went well. So I just headed down the eastern shore, through Delaware and Maryland and Virginia, able to bypass the whole Washington, Baltimore Beltway nonsense. And here I am, just before the bridge tunnel, the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel, whatever. So I'll hit that early in the morning, and I'm only, I don't know, less than an hour and a half away from Elizabeth City, so it should be pretty easy. And I know that area well too, because that's close to where you go over to the Outer Banks, and that's another place we've spent a lot of time, a lot of vacation time, a lot of summers when I was a kid. I've spent most of my summer over in Hatteras. We had a permanent camper there, which was nice. Those were some good years. So anyway, that's it. Just trying to tack on a lot of time to my video. I don't know if I'll use this or not. We'll see. Anyway, I hope you guys are well, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.